Welcome to Ault Elementary. I have some really special kids I want to introduce you to. These are the second graders of Ault Elementary. Everybody say hi to our audience. I have had a really good time with them so far this morning. I got to know that your mom watches our station, and so we really appreciate that, Case. And so does your mom. Oh my gosh, reach for it. That's great. So we need more moms and dads to watch our station. So if you guys, that's your challenge after this, is to get your parents to watch. Hey, you guys, since you're the first second graders that I have met with this school year, I want to start by reading my children's book to you about the weather. Is that cool? Okay, it is called A Wild Ride on the Water Cycle, a Jake and Alice adventure. It is written by me, and then the illustrator, the guy, if you guys like art, the guy who made all of the artwork for this book, his name is Mike Gilroy, and he did an amazing job with all of the artwork. By the way, Jake is my firstborn son, and I have 3 daughters. One of them is named Aubrey, but I have 3 daughters, and so I couldn't pick one, and so Alice was my grandmother, and so that's how the names of this book came about. So let's start. Jake and Alice hang out together, just like you do with your friends. They laugh and play and sometimes even cry together. But they're very different from your friends. They are drops of water. Jake and Alice met in a lake so long ago there were still dinosaurs in the water and on the land. Jake, who is shy and quiet, saw these strange creatures all around. When he noticed Alice, who was brave and adventurous, splashing near the shore, he swam over to her. He didn't feel so alone anymore. "Nice to meet you," said Alice. "Ah, don't fret. They look tough, but they won't hurt you." Jake didn't know if he believed her, but he splashed around with her anyway. Before long, he had forgotten his fear, and he made a new friend. A Tyrannosaurus Rex was drinking at the edge of the lake. "Oh, let's get closer so we can see its big teeth," said Alice. Jake just quivered. She grabbed his hand. "Don't worry, Jake. I'll protect you." They drifted closer and the dinosaur swallowed the 2 friends whole. "Whoa, what's happening?" they shouted as they slipped and slid down the dinosaur's long throat. When they finally landed in his stomach, it was pitch black. "Well, I guess that wasn't such a good idea," said Alice. They stayed close to each other in the dark, so it wasn't so scary. But with no sunlight, their days began to run together. They sloshed around telling jokes and stories until one day, their whole world shook. The mighty dinosaur fell to the ground and died. When any living thing dies, the earth absorbs the water inside the body. Jake and Alice were pulled from the blackness of the dinosaur into the warm brown of the earth. Plant and tree roots surrounded them like a spider's web. Jake got scared again. "Don't worry, Jake. I'm here. I won't leave you," said Alice. Now, Jake remembered how she had gotten them swallowed by the T-Rex. But he knew she was a good friend, so he didn't say anything. Like all living things, plants and trees need water to survive. Water drops carry vital nutrients to vegetation. Alice held Jake's hand as the tree root drew them in for nourishment. From the root, they traveled up the tall trunk, out onto a limbs, into the veins of a leaf. Everything looked bright and green, and the 2 friends swayed gently in the breeze. They relaxed, feeling the warmth of the sun. As the temperatures warmed, Jake and Alice started to feel funny. Suddenly, they felt themselves floating away. "Alice, where are you? I can't see you," called Jake. "I'm right here, Jake, but where are you?" The friends had transformed from liquid water into invisible water vapor. They were in danger of losing each other. Now they were both scared. Alice grasped around in the air until she found Jake's hand. "I've got you." And she grabbed him just in time. What started out as a slow ascent quickly turned into a race upward. They felt like they were in a rocket launching into space. They were caught in an updraft, a part of a storm that brings moisture from the ground to the very tops of the clouds. As they climbed higher and higher, the temperature got colder. Jake and Alice began to shiver and then to freeze. Their bodies started collecting ice. The ice built up until they were in the center of a baseball-sized piece of hail. Once they reached the top of the cloud, they shot back to the earth at 100 miles an hour. This was a wild ride. On the ground, Jake and Alice melted quickly. The sun shone on them, evaporating them for a second time. "Oh no, here we go again," said Alice. But this time, they didn't rise nearly as fast or travel as far. They turned from invisible water vapor into drops of rain and fell, landing with a splash into a river. Now, Jake was getting used to this adventure. "This is fun, Alice," he called, as they raced down the rushing river. When they slowed down, they found themselves in a huge ocean. This body of water would be their home for a long time. For many years, Jake and Alice explored the seas. They swam through all the oceans of the world. They played with dolphins and whales in the Pacific, saw colorful coral reefs near Australia, and even hung out with penguins in the Antarctic. Their journey took 2,000 years. It didn't seem very long to Jake and Alice. They were best friends now. They splashed happily around the world, talking endlessly about the fascinating sights along the way. One especially hot summer day in the Atlantic Ocean, Alice noticed thunderstorms a short distance away. She was experienced enough to know by now that soon she and Jake would become water vapor again and begin their journey to the sky. She was not worried. But this time was different. As Jake and Alice rocketed up, they condensed into a raging swirl of clouds. It was loud, windy, and scary. "Stay together," Alice shouted. "What?" Jake called, spinning away from her. Alice caught Jake's hand just as the clouds started to circle the eye of the storm. As the storm moved into the Gulf of Mexico, Jake and Alice's speed picked up. They held on for dear life as the winds around the center of the hurricane twisted at 125 miles an hour. Jake thought his life was over. Finally, the hurricane made landfall on Galveston Island in Texas. Now, Jake and Alice had turned from a spinning cloud into huge raindrops. Friction and gravity flattened all raindrops, so they fell to the ground shaped like hamburgers. This wasn't a gentle rain shower, it was a torrential downpour. Jake and Alice were part of a powerful flood that damaged homes and cars and uprooted trees. "Oh no," said Alice. "Did we do this?" After many hours, the floodwaters receded. Jake and Alice seeped back into the earth, but this time they passed all the roots. They sank deeper and deeper into the earth until they reached a pool of fresh water. They landed in an aquifer, the source of our drinking water. "What's next?" thought the friends. They waited and waited for their next adventure, but absolutely nothing happened. Water can be in the ground 10,000 years and go as deep as 1,000 feet, sometimes more. Jake and Alice did a lot of swimming and talking. If they weren't best friends who had been on many adventures together, they would have gotten really bored. It seemed to take an eternity, but Jake and Alice finally climbed up to the surface of the earth. Underground pipes pulled them into a kitchen refrigerator freezer. "Whew, it's cold in here. Where are we?" Jake whispered as his teeth chattered. They turned from water into a frozen cube of ice. It was the coldest they had ever been. Even hugs couldn't warm them up. Too cold to even talk, they stayed in the dark freezer for a few days. Finally, the freezer door opened, the light went on, and a boy named Tom reached in and scooped them up. He put them in a glass of water. Jake and Alice began to melt. The boy put his cup to the mouth. "Not again," said Jake. Alice laughed. "I wonder if he knows he's drinking the same water that dinosaur drank." Jake laughed too. Down the hatch they went. It was just as dark as it had been inside the T-Rex. Tom finished his water and went outside to play soccer. It was a hot and sunny day. As his body temperature rose, he started to perspire. Guess who came out of the pores of Tom's forehead to cool him off? That's right. Jake and Alice became beads of sweat. They soon evaporated off Tom's skin. They rose gently to the sky and became a small part of a beautiful, puffy, cumulus cloud. The clouds provided shade to Tom and his friends who played beneath them. Alice and Jake floated gently above the United States' clouds. On nice sunny days, they transformed into cirrus clouds, soaring 30,000 feet above the earth. In San Antonio, Texas, they hugged the ground as fog, which is a stratus cloud that forms on the Earth's surface. They saw stunning mountain peaks, and the view of the ocean from the sky was breathtaking. As summer turned to fall and fall to winter, the beautiful colors below them faded, and the temperature got cold again. Jake and Alice started falling from the cloud. As Jake looked over at his friend, he realized she had never looked so beautiful. They had become snowflakes, gliding gently to the ground. They landed on a frozen lake in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Ice skaters enjoyed the water, laughing and swirling around the ice. Jake and Alice loved watching the skaters. The friends had become part of the ice, so they had a great view. 3 months later, as winter turned to spring, the friends melted into the lake. Looking around, Jake realized they had returned to the very same spot where they had met all those years ago. There were even creatures drinking off the shore, but none were as big as the dinosaurs. Alice clutched Jake's hand. "Let's stay in the middle and swim for a while," she said. "It's much safer here." Jake laughed and splashed her. "Aren't you ready to take another wild ride?" "Don't worry, Alice. I'll protect you." The end. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today was the whole journey that they took was the water cycle. So in weather, everything starts with the water cycle. It starts with the sun, and then water is always moving around the atmosphere. So you saw with Jake and Alice the 2 drops of rain. There they are, 2 drops. There's Jake and Alice. If I go like this, you saw how to put the water there, right? But where did they go? They're still here. They're still here. They just evaporated. All I did was I changed their phase from liquid into invisible gas. So water's always here. We can pollute it, but we can't create water and we can't destroy water. It's always changing phase to ice, to rain, to snow. It's in the ground, and sometimes you're drinking it. So this is the water cycle. There it all is. And you'll learn about this coming up because I think you guys are about to learn your weather unit. So I won't do too much more about this. But let's talk about precipitation. Here are 2 drops of rain, right? We had Jake and Alice. Evaporation. Let's explain how this goes. So now here's where I need a couple of volunteers. Okay, so who were my kids that were good at attention to detail? And, okay, come on up. And then I need a girl right there. Okay? Yep. So come on up. Okay, what's your name?
Zeke.
Zeke. Everybody say hi to Zeke. Hi, Zeke. You need help? You got it? Okay, what's your name? Oh, good. Your hands are warm. You would have been good for the other exercise. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Ellie.
Ellie. Everybody say hi to Ellie. Hi, Ellie. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to put Jake and Alice in here now, okay? Make sure you've got 2 drops of rain, okay? All right, tell me if you can see. This is where your good eyesight comes in. Do you see the number in there? It's in Celsius. I have to turn it around a certain way. Do you see the number? Do you see it? Tell me if you see a number.
20 and 22.
20 to 22. It's in Celsius. So the degree is in 20 to 22. Now I'm going to close this. Now what I need you guys to do is to use your muscles and, yep, squeeze the top. Do it until you can't do it anymore. Do it as much as you can. Okay? Right, Zeke? How's it going? Is it getting harder?
Yeah.
Okay, now go ahead. Now you do a couple squeezes. Okay. Now, let me make sure. Okay, good. You guys did a great job. Okay, now I want you to look at this and tell me what the number is now.
24 to 26.
Okay, so it got warmer in here. So what's going to happen to Jake and Alice in here now? They are liquid in here right now. But when we release this, because it warmed up, we're going to have them change phase. So hopefully this works. We turned Jake and Alice into a cloud. We heated it up. They rose out of the bottle, and they became a cloud. So they're not here anymore, right? But they're now around us. So water always changes phase. Okay, I need 4 more people. You guys, great. Big round of applause. Okay. 4 people with warm hands. You got to have warm hands. Okay, yes, you. You. Come on up, you, and then you, because I know you raised your hand before. Okay? Okay, what's your name?
Emily.
Emily, everybody say hi to Emily.
Hi.
What's your name?
Ainsley.
I'm sorry, Ainsley?
Yeah.
Everyone say hi to Ainsley. Hi. We lost our 4th person. There, okay. Where did our 4th person go? What's your name?
Chancellor.
Everyone say hi to Chancellor. One more boy, come on up. Go ahead and tell me what your name is. I'm sorry, what?
Burhanadin.
Okay, Burhanadin. Okay, here's what you're going to do. Ooh, what does that mean? Attendance. Is everybody here?
Yes.
Okay, I want all of you guys to grab this and hold it like this with your warm hands, okay? Go ahead and turn around and show everybody. Here, I'm going to show you right here. Okay, ready? Whoa. Grab it at the bottom, hold it at the bottom. Both hands, two hands, two hands. They're warm hands. Do you see how it's, oh, really cup it. Ooh, are your hands cold? Look, it's not great. Do you see what's going on? So, because of their warmth, it's climbing. So just like Jake and Alice, how they came up, went from liquid water into water vapor. It's, I know, because it's supposed to be cold and your hands make it come up. Yours isn't really coming up. Isn't that crazy? Let me see all your hands, okay? Let me see your hands. Oh yeah, they're cold. But if you cup it like that, there it goes up and it climbs. Okay, put them back down.
That's so cool.
That is cool, but it's the principle of things going from the ground up. So let's talk about this. We're changing from gas into liquid. So on a day like today, that's okay, you guys have a seat. On a day like today, the sun is shining. If there was moisture on the ground, it's really dry, so we don't have this, but if there's moisture on the ground and it's cold up here, the warmth starts to have these clouds build up. The clouds build up, the sun heats the air heats up and rises, clouds condense, rain and storms form. There's your picture also of evaporation. Do you see that? The pillow is wet and it's evaporating, so it's going up. Does everyone get that concept?
Yes.
So this is called condensation. So how do we get rain? And on a day like today, why does it not rain? So today looks a lot like this, even without any of these clouds. If you go outside right now, there is no clouds outside. It's about high and low pressure. We have high pressure dominating our weather right now. Wind travels from high pressure to low pressure. That's how we get wind. Air pressure is the weight of a column of air above the surface. So I need two strong kids. These are my strong kids. Strong. Who are my strong kids? Right there. You look strong. Right there. You. Right there. You. Yeah. And then I need a strong girl. Who's a strong girl? Since you're in the front, come on up. Okay. So high pressure is heavy. Come on over here behind this. Low pressure is light. So when you saw the clouds build up, light. High pressure is heavy. So this is going to represent high pressure. Okay. Let me get the microphone. So this is what our weather is like today. High pressure sinks the air. That air under here is heavy. So all that heavy air is stuck down here, and this is where we are on the ground. What's your name?
Piper.
Piper, pick this straight up. Not at an angle, pick it straight up. Go ahead, pick it up, straight up, not an angle. What's going on, Piper? Why? Oh, okay, she did it. How hard was that?
Like, you had to get, like, right? Like, you had to do, I started, I picked it up from the top, and then I slided it,
yeah.
So then it's easier, because, this, it felt like it was it's like a suction cup.
Yeah, it's but it's really high pressure, so that's what it represents. Okay, so I want you to do something that Piper, what she did was she moved it. I want you to go straight up and see if you can lift it. See how strong you are. What's your name?
Jax.
Jax, go ahead, straight up, without moving it. Right up. There it is. So that represents high pressure. Everyone give them a big round of applause. Low pressure is really light and it lifts. High pressure is heavy. And so it's hard to get clouds on a day like today when there's high pressure that's dominating our weather. And that's what our weather's like today. It's not like this, which it was a couple days ago when we had rain. That was low pressure. So here's how I forecast the weather. So what I do on TV is I tell you all what the weather is. I use radar. I have satellite images that show me clouds and snow and rain. This is bad. This is a hook echo. That would show me that there's potentially a tornado on the ground. That's where a tornado would be right there. And then there's recording stations that tell me the temperature, humidity, and winds. I have surface maps. Look at the high pressure there. Do you see there's no clouds where there's high pressure? These are weather models that show me where high and low pressure and rain potentially will be over the next several days. And I also look outside. So if the rock is wet, it's raining. If the rock is swaying, it's windy. If the rock is hot, it's sunny. If the rock is cool, it's overcast. If the rock is white, it's snowing. If the rock is blue, it's cold. If the rock is gone, tornado! So I put all of that together and then I make the graphics. This is how I do my job. Sometimes I'm in front of a green screen. And now it is your three friends' turn. So I could get my three friends to come on up to the green screen. They're going to give the current temperatures. They're going to tell me a very important thing for some of our viewers for tomorrow that's really important with our weather tomorrow. And then they're going to tell us what the weather is today and tomorrow. And I didn't tell them anything about high or low pressure, but they are going to be able to look at that. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to switch out. So who's going first? Remember, we have to have a. Okay.
I think I've memorized most.
You memorize. Okay, let's get out of the way.
I see.
Do you see how you see yourself? Okay.
myself.
I'm going to switch out so you guys can watch. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Riley, right?
Yes.
Riley, when you are ready, you can start. Remember, the important thing is to tell everybody.
Introduce myself
Yep,
first.
and just wait till when they switch you over and get in the middle. Get in the middle. I'm gonna. Yep. So you're ready to go now. Let's see. I'm gonna get you right in the middle here. Okay, ready? Okay, and I want to tell you one other thing. To see the maps, you can come a little bit farther this way. Okay, Riley, like this. Okay. Go ahead. It's all yours.
Yeah. Do I introduce myself first?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, my name is Riley, and I go to 2nd grade, and my school is Ault Elementary. It is currently 45 degrees. I pointed it out there. And cold 45 degrees, and it is sunny. We are having a freeze warning. In these bluish areas is where the freeze warning is. We are safe. On Wednesday, it's going to be 62 degrees and sunny. On Thursday, it's going to be 68 degrees and sunny. On Friday, it's going to be 76 degrees and cloudy. Got it.
Good job. Okay, Riley. Now you can go sit down and watch yourself. Go sit down and watch yourself. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, remember, introduce yourself and say something at the end too, to say goodbye at the end. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. My name's Adam Solis, and I'm in 2nd grade, and I go to Ault Elementary. Right now, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a freeze warning. This is where we live. The blue part is where the freeze warning is. We are safe. On Wednesday, it's going to be 62 degrees and sunny, and on Thursday, it's going to be 68 degrees and sunny, and on Friday, it's going to be 76 degrees and cloudy.
Good job, Adam. Good job. That was excellent. Okay, Aubrey, let's get back to the first. Go turn it that way. And okay, let's come over here. And then remember, introduce yourself, and then say something like a goodbye at the end. Okay, Aubrey, it's all yours.
My name is Aubrey. I'm in 2nd grade. I go to Ault Elementary. It is 45 degrees and sunny. We have a freeze warning. The blue part is where the freeze warning is. On Wednesday, it will be 62 degrees and sunny. On Thursday, it's going to be 68 degrees and sunny. On Friday, it's going to be 76 degrees and cloudy.
Okay, say goodbye to everybody. Say thank you for watching and goodbye.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Yay, good job. Hey, big round of applause for everybody here. I'll move out of the way so you can watch. So you can see there's a little bit of a delay, but look how great they look. Don't you think they look great? All right, hey, you guys, we have like 2 minutes left. So instead of me getting into something, I'm just going to have you ask some questions like we started out at the beginning. So we have about 2 minutes. I'm going to watch Renee very carefully so we can all say goodbye at the right time. But yeah, come on up. If you have a weather question, it has to be a weather question. It can't be a life story. Everyone got that? Yes. Okay, weather question. Oh, never mind. Okay. Not life story, weather question. So, okay, let's see. We got 2 minutes left. Come on up. We got 2 minutes. All right, and then you come up next. So go ahead and come up because you look like you have a good weather question. Okay, what's your name?
Salima.
What?
Salima.
Salima. Okay, Salima, what's your weather question?
What happens if the temperature gets to 0 degrees in one like state, but the state next to it is like 100 degrees? What will happen?
Well, nothing happens, but that happens a lot. Maybe not to that extreme, but that's a cold front. So the reason it's cold this morning because a cold front moved through yesterday. So cold front brings cold, either Arctic air, Canadian air into southeast Texas. But ahead of that front, remember on what's today? Wednesday? On Monday, we were at 89 degrees. And today we started out at 44 degrees. So not that drastic, but it's all because of a front. So that can happen because of a cold front. So great question. Okay, less than a minute. Come on up. Come on up. We got less than a minute and we'll get your weather question in. And then are you guys all ready to say goodbye? Yeah. Okay. All right, what's your name? That's 30 seconds. Ooh, okay, let's see if we can get your question in 30 seconds. Okay, what's your name?
Daniela.
Daniela, what's your question?
About rain.
Okay, what about rain?
The rain is coming up on Sunday because there have drops on the cloud.
Yes. Good, Daniela. Good job. Okay, is everybody ready to say goodbye? 10 seconds. Let's wave goodbye.